What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to Rush. Yes, indeed. Rush fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from Marcelo Nuri Hag, View from the High Chair, and Jason Cart. And this is actually one of Jason Cart's 3 prioritized requests for the month of December for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Jason and Marcelo and View from the High Chair. Hope you enjoy the show. They all want to see me react to this song by Rush called YYZ. Now, have I heard this song before? Yeah, obviously I've heard this song before. I'm a big Rush fan, so yes, I have heard this song before. Now, I have never seen this performance before, though. Apparently they're performing live in Rio, and I've never seen this, or I don't think I've ever even heard anything from them. I know they released a concert video. I think they might have released a live DVD. I never got it. I was stuck on Different Stages. I think that's one of the best live albums I've ever heard. But I never got this one, so I missed it. So I haven't seen it. I haven't heard this performance yet. So, to be clear, I have heard the song before, so I will not be reacting to the song in any way, shape, or form. I've heard this song more times than I can possibly count. I have played this song more times than I can possibly count. So, I cannot do an honest reaction to the song itself. However, since I have not seen or heard this live performance, I can do a reaction to the performance. So, when it comes to my reaction and my evaluation and my scoring, I will not be taking the song into account in any way. I will only be scoring, evaluating, and reacting to the live performance. That's it. So I'll be looking at showmanship, how well they executed the song. I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's Rush. Interaction with the crowd, interaction with each other, stage energy. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Production value. That's what I'm going to be looking for. So please keep that in mind. This was posted by Jean-Luc Ponty-Lover, and the video has 3.7 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Rush, YYZ, live, Rio. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Nice crowd response. I think the crowd is actually singing along with the keyboard line. I think the crowd's actually singing that part. I think they are. singing along. It's one thing when the crowd sings along with the lyrics. That's one thing. But when you have a crowd singing along to the instrumental, and YYZ is an instrumental song, there's no lyrics. So when you have a crowd singing along to an instrumental song, that is not something you hear very often. And they are being so loud. You gotta love that, man. Look, I have said this before about South American crowds. It doesn't matter where you're playing. It doesn't matter if you're playing in Buenos Aires. It doesn't matter if you're playing in Brazil. It doesn't matter if you're, not just Buenos Aires, but anywhere in Argentina, anywhere in Brazil. It doesn't matter where you are in South America. You're playing in front of a live crowd in South America, you're going to have probably the greatest crowd you've ever had because, man, they are energetic and they are so appreciative, especially of North American bands. There's something about North American bands, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen European bands go over to Brazil and, Buenos Aires, and they play, and the crowd's just as insane. But there's just something special about American bands or Canadian bands coming down to South America. They're so appreciative. They really are, and they show it. They absolutely show it. When they're out in the crowd, man. They know almost every song that you play. Even if it's not a hit, they know it. And it's shocking when you go out and you play a song that isn't really all that big of a hit, but they are singing it back to you in English. That is such a trip, man. It really is. But to see this is really cool. Seeing the crowd singing along to the instrumental. That's a trip. Variation there. It's interesting in that breakdown section, where you have the trade-offs. You're playing the like doo-doo, and then you got Gay doing that little line, right? And then they'll do it again, and instead of Gay doing the line, they'll have Neil doing a little fill to kind of emulate it. Every time I have heard this song, whether it be studio, recording, live recording, whatever the case may be, Neil Peart's fills are always the same. Like, always, every single time. I can absolutely guarantee you it's the same fills every single time. There's no deviation, no variance whatsoever. On the other side of that, though, it feels like Geddy's fills, they follow a roadmap. And it's a very close follow, but there's always a little variation between what he did in studio and what he does live from performance to performance. Now, is that intentional? Or is he just kind of flying by the seat of his pants and whatever comes out, comes out? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the man. I've never had a chance to talk to him and ask him. I would love to. That's actually a question I've always kind of had for him, actually, now that I think about it. Ever since I heard the song on different stages, and then I heard it on Oh God, there was nothing live. I think it was Exit Stage Left. I heard it also, and I noticed there was a little difference. And now I'm hearing it here. There's another difference again. And are those differences planned from tour to tour, or is it just, you know, I know what I gotta play, and I'm gonna mess around a little bit. You know, tonight I'm gonna do this instead. You know, is it on the fly, or is it all planned? I don't know. I'd love to find out. I'd love to talk to him one day and ask him. Anyway, let's keep going here. Okay, it's actually playing keys. Interesting to see Geddy Lee playing the keyboard there. I thought for sure they would just have track running on that. But no, it was good to see him go back and play the keys just like he was doing back in the 70s and 80s. You know, it's good to see that. It's really good to see that. It's good to see that sometimes things just don't change. I mean, they've got the technology. They could have made that track very easily. And he could have just stayed there and, you know, sustained the A, but I think he would have gotten bored if he had done that. So I'm glad to see him going back and playing keyboards there. Nice stick toss by Neil Peart there. Good catch as always. I don't think I've ever seen him drop a stick. I don't think I ever have. Trying to think. No. I can't think of a single time I've ever seen him drop a stick, ever. So, anyway, let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. I was kind of half expecting them to go into Cygnus or something like that. You know, doom bum ba da ba boom bum ba da ba ba ba. I was kind of expecting that, but they didn't. They just ended it straight. Really good performance. Really, really solid performance. Let me think about it, and I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Rush with a live performance of YYZ, live in Rio, actually. This was a request from Marcelo Nurihag, View from the High Chair, and Jason Cart. And this was actually one of Jason Cart's 3 prioritized requests for the month of December for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the show. before I give my score, a couple of things I need to mention. Number one, I have heard the song before, okay? Many, many times. I have played this song many, many times. I am very familiar with this song inside and out. So my score is not going to reflect in any way, shape, or form the song itself, okay? So before you come at me and be like, you know, this is one of the greatest songs ever written, I absolutely agree with you. It is one of the greatest songs ever written. I am not denying that at all, but I'm not taking the song into account here in any way. I am only grading and scoring the live performance. I need everybody to keep that in mind, okay? Also, keep in mind, I'm being honest with you guys, and I'm telling you, I have seen that, I've heard this, not seen, I've heard this song before. I've seen this song before, whatever. I've heard the song before. I played the song. That's why at the top it says first time watching, not first time hearing, okay? Look up at the title. Check it out again. It says first time watching, not hearing. This is why, okay? All right. Having said all of that, I'm going to give my score, and I really hope Rush fans give me a chance to explain why I'm giving it this score, okay? I know a lot of Rush fans are going to be like, this deserves a much higher score. Remember, I'm not taking the song into account, okay? It's only the live performance. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel great about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first of all, Rush fans, feeling you, okay? Feeling you. Put down the pitchforks, put down the torches. Let me explain, okay?
A riot is an ugly thing. And once you get one started, there is little chance of stopping it, short of bloodshed.
The song, probably one of the signature songs for Rush. If you're talking about the songs that, you know, everybody knows from Rush, okay? You're talking about Tom Sawyer, you're talking about YYZ, you're talking about Limelight, okay? Those 3 songs, and Spirit of Radio, 4 songs. Those 4 songs, and there are others that can be made the argument, but I'm taking the most popular, okay? The most popular songs from Rush, the songs that everybody knows from Rush. You're looking at Tom Sawyer without a question, without a doubt. YYZ, I would put a very close second. Followed by kind of a toss-up tie between Spirit of Radio and Limelight. It's kind of in the middle between the two. Pretty much everybody knows these songs, or have heard these songs, okay, at some point. So, the song YYZ, do I believe that to be Rush's masterpiece song? I wouldn't go as far as to say the masterpiece song. I would give that nod, honestly. I would give that nod to 2112. That is my absolute favorite Rush song of all time. I love that song, start to finish. All, 18 minutes or something like that? I love that entire, well, I love the entire album, but that song in particular, that is my go-to song for Rush every single time. Love that tune. I would put YYZ as a very close second, though. I would, and I love playing this song. This is one of the more challenging Rush songs to play. I love playing it. It's a lot of fun. I love the fact there's no vocals. We can just focus on the instrumentation, which is always good. And it's a fun tune to play, man. It really is, and I absolutely dig listening to it. So would I put this in my top 5 favorite Rush songs of all time? Easily. I would honestly put this top 3. I would put 2112 at number 1, YYZ number 2, and I would put, probably Hemispheres as 3rd. I would put YYZ in front of Hemispheres. I would. I like playing YYZ more than Hemispheres. You know, everybody's like, what about La Villa? What about La Villa? I would put La Villa in top 10 without question. And there's going to be other people going, what about Red Barchetta? You know, what about, you know, what about this song? What about Turn the Page? What about this song? What about that song? You know, what about Fly By Night? What about In the Mood? What about Cinderella Man? What about, you know, What about Xanadu? And, oh, God, come on, guys. Please, give me a break. Okay, look, I'm just giving you my honest... This is my top 3, okay? Your top 3 is going to be different, obviously, than mine. I put 2112 as 1. YYZ 2 is 2nd. Hemispheres at 3. That's how I roll, okay? I love this song. I do. I absolutely love YYZ. Having said all that, and given the song all the praise that it deserves... Remember, I'm not grading the song at all. It's the live performance. And let's be honest here. Was this the most amazing live performance that I've ever seen? No, far from it. It was a great performance, don't get me wrong, but I would not call that performance in any way, shape, or form mind-blowing, okay? Let's be honest here. Getty pretty much stood still. He was doing the knee bend groove, the bopping, this thing. He was doing this. I like to call it the rooster. He was doing the rooster. And that's fine. It works for him. He didn't move around the stage hardly at all, though. I mean, he did move back to play the keyboards, came back to where he was, but then once he got to his spot, he stood still and did the rooster again. Alex was moving around a little bit. That was good to see. Neil was being Neil, drumming away. Nothing too flashy as far as movement and motion goes. He's more about technique. The stick toss was cool. Didn't drop it, as always. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen him drop it. What made this performance go from up from the 7s, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Just watching the 3 of them, I would have given this like about a 7.8, maybe a 7.9, okay? If I'm being honest here, okay? What made me give this the 8.2, and I know this really has nothing to do with the band, but it does have to do with the performance, was the crowd, the audience. The audience was on fire, absolutely on fire. I love South American crowds. I really do. Don't get me wrong, I love going to Europe and playing, and every time we go to Europe and we play in Europe, we are treated very well. The crowds are very receptive. Especially in certain parts of Europe where they don't always get American bands. They treat us like royalty. I absolutely love playing in Europe. Don't get me wrong, I do. But there's just something special about playing in South America. They are just... I would say rabid. Those crowds, man, once they get going, they don't stop. They just don't stop. They're so happy that you are there playing for them, that they show it, and they show you just how happy they are and how appreciative they are through their movement, their motion. They sing along to everything. I mean, like I said, we've whipped out songs for South American crowds just to try it. We've actually done this. We've pulled songs out that we had never played live before and got no kind of a reading or even a blip on Billboard or anything like that, and we pulled it out and said, let's see if they know this one, and they do. And we're sitting there going, I don't believe that. I don't believe they know this song, and they do. They don't just know the song, they know the words, and it's like, wow. Mind blow. I love playing in South America. I really do. And it's obvious by watching this video why. The crowd is constantly moving, jumping, singing along. Not even to any words. They were singing along to the instrumentation, which, who else does that? Seriously, who else does that? Europe? They do. They do. And I will say they do. But America? Forget it. Oh, God. No offense. I mean, look, I love being on the road. I do. I love playing live. I do. I love playing outside of the U.S. The U.S., I love America. I do. I love my country. It's my native land, and I'll never leave it. But playing live in America, I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. It's nothing personal, but playing in America sucks sometimes. It really does. It's... Our lowest crowds, our smallest crowds are always in America. Always. They are. I mean, we'll play in small theaters of 500 to 1,000, sometimes 2,000 or 3,000 in America. That's the biggest we get. We go to Europe, we go to South America, we're looking at tens of thousands of people in the crowd, and we love that, man. I absolutely love that. But playing in America is just, unless you're Justin Bieber or Katy Perry, they just don't care. The masses just don't care. So that's America for you. Then that tells you a lot about the tastes of American crowds. So, I mean, I love playing in Europe, and I love playing in South America, so it's a lot of fun. And the crowd definitely has an impact on the show. Like I've always said, the band has an effect on the crowd. That's true. But, believe it or not, the crowd has an effect on the band, too. The more energetic the band is, the more that the band gives to the crowd, the more the crowd receives. The crowd then turns around and projects energy back to the band, which the band receives. And it becomes that cycle. And as long as that cycle is there, it's going to be a good time for everybody. Not just for the crowd, but for the band too, believe it or not. Like I said, I always look forward to playing in South America and Europe. Haven't been to Japan yet. I would love to play in Japan. And I haven't been to Australia yet. I would love to play in Australia. I've heard amazing things about both countries. And I can't wait to play there once we start touring again. Dear Lord. One of these days, I know. But nonetheless, getting back to this performance, the crowd bumped it up. It did. The crowd was infectious. The crowd was entertaining. The crowd was energetic. And it really helped bolster this performance quite a bit. So that is why we're going from like a 7.8 up to like an 8.2. And it's the crowd, so make sure you all give the crowd some love when you hear the score. So, 8.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.